Hello. It is Dr. Chris Raquel. I'm back again with a video for today. I hope you all are doing amazingly. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This is my second video for today. You can also send me an email at askcrystalraquel@gmail.com if you have any questions that you would like to see me answer regarding any of your situations, questions, or concerns. So, I have a video for today, or the second video for today. This topic is very interesting. So, I recently saw someone post something. It said something to the effect of, when you're thinking of your future, remember that where you are right now is exactly what you prayed for. So that really touched my heart. So I feel like that's something that a lot of us can resonate with. What I interpreted that quote to mean is exactly what it says, that a lot of times we're so focused on the future and where we want to be that we never take the time, or we don't frequently take the time to acknowledge where we are and be happy for where we are, be grateful for where we are, because where we are a lot of the times is what we prayed for. We have to get out of the habit of constantly complaining about what's going on in your life, because if you think back, your last situation, you probably were complaining about that too. So now where you are, this might have been what you were praying for when you were in a different situation in the past, or when you weren't feeling great about your situation years ago. And now that you have that, now that you are where you want to be, now that you are where you've prayed for, now you're complaining about that too. So I thought that quote was super impactful, because really think about it. We have to be able to be grateful, be thankful. But I know, just by listening to other people and hearing other people talk about things that are going on in their lives, a lot of times there's a constant sense of complaining. So I would urge you all, just whatever's going on in your life, just thank the Lord. It could be a bad situation, it could be a good situation. Start thinking about what you prayed for in the past and thinking about where you are now. So one thing that comes to me is, sometimes people might not necessarily be in a good work environment. Sometimes, right? And when you're in that situation, it might be hard to say, God, whatever you're doing in me in this situation, thank you. Thank you for growing me in these areas to be able to handle these situations with these individuals that are a little bit difficult, or these circumstances that aren't favorable. So a lot of times in those times, you'll start to say, Lord, help me get out of here. Help me find a new job, somewhere where I'm going to be more effective at my job, somewhere where I'm going to earn more money, somewhere where I'm going to be happy. And then let's say you prayed for specific things surrounding a job. You prayed for more money, you prayed for a higher level, whether it's a manager or lead role. And then now you get it, right? Now, let's say you weren't a manager before, you were entry level. Now you've been promoted in that company, or you moved on to another company, and now you're a manager or you're a lead. And now you're complaining. Now you're like, this is too much. Why is everybody coming to me for these things? You're the manager, you're the lead. They need to stop asking me these things. They know that they need to handle on their own. And people will forget that, wait a minute, the individuals that are coming to me, that's the role that I used to be, if it's the same company or a new one. And I used to go to my manager, I used to go to my lead for help. And now that I'm on the other side, I'm putting it back on the person that I used to be. So we have to learn to maybe not be selfish, and try to be sympathetic and empathetic to those around us, because there's a point in time where sometimes people forget that they used to be in that situation before too, right? So we have to acknowledge that, remember that a lot of times God is bringing you out of certain situations, and you're in a better situation than you were before. So we can't get into that place to where we're always going to be complaining about the past. Complaining about where we are right now. And then also when we get into the new situation that's actually better, sometimes we're still complaining about that. So that's very important. And also, regarding the quote again, yes, the future is great. Yes, the future is wonderful. Yes, you have so much ahead of you to be grateful for, but you have to actually be grateful for where you are now, because if you can't look back at the past and see that where you are now is better than where you've been, it's going to be difficult for you to even be happy in your future. There's some people who it doesn't matter where they are. There's always an issue. There's always something to complain about. There's always something to wish you had more of. But God wants us to get to a place to where we're grateful for where we are. And that way we can enjoy the current status that we're at. We can enjoy our circumstances now, see what we're learning. And then when we get to that new place, it's going to be even more beautiful. It's going to be even more sweet when we actually get to the future. So make sure we're acknowledging the present. Make sure that we're, thanking God for whatever's going on, because a lot of times the skills and I guess soft skills that you're gaining are going to be able to propel you in the future. So I've spoken about this before, that in the past there was one job, like right when I was in college, in undergrad, and it was a little bit difficult for me. And right when I graduated, I was promoted to a project coordinator role. And I remember at the time it was just so difficult for me. It was just a lot. It just felt overwhelming. There was so much work to do, so many different things to handle at once, so many different things that I was responsible for at once. And I was like a liaison between some managers, between consultants, and it was just a lot. I remember I would speak to my mom about it, like, oh my gosh, this is just so much, this is crazy. That was so many years ago. Now looking back, I see that was something that helped me in my life professionally and even personally, where I see that as my first stepping stone that has gotten me to where I am. And what I mean by that is that doing a lot of things at once is so easy for me. And I know you might say, well, actually research shows that people are less effective when they're doing too much at once. No, I'm telling you, it is actually easy for me to handle a lot of different things at once. Obviously not doing the same things at once, right? You start one, finish it, or start one, stop, start another one, stop, and then be able to finish things in a reasonable time frame. Because of that position, I look back now and I'm just like, oh, that was such a great job. It helped me so much. And I'm so happy that I had the opportunity. So make sure that we're being grateful for where we are. Don't always be thinking about the future. To get to the future, you're taking steps now. You have to take those steps now. So if I would have said to myself back then, like, oh, this job is just too much, just move on, just find something else, it would have taken me a long time to gain the skills that I have. So be happy where you are. Be thankful for where you are in the present, and really enjoy it. There's always going to be ups and downs. Life is going to be so boring if everything's perfect, right? If everything's perfect, there's no way for you to really grow. I've spoken about this before as well. Like, just imagine a rich parents, right? They've earned a great living. They built businesses, or they were just high earners in a job. They have children, and now, like good parents, they want to bless their children. They want to help them with the house, help them with vehicles, help them plan weddings, and all those things that a parent would do if they have finance, a good parent, if they can afford to do so. And if you're wealthy, of course you're going to do that. But at the same time, if the parent does that but doesn't allow them to grow, doesn't allow them to learn on their own, doesn't say that they need to get a job and things like that, and say, you know what, baby, I love you, you're my favorite, I love that you all are my children, and what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to give you money, I'm just going to supply you in life, and you don't have to work. This is going to be generational wealth. Don't even worry about it. All you have to do is just have these trusts, and it's just going to pay for your life and pay for your lifestyle. Well, that wouldn't be very helpful to those children, because they're going to become adults. They're going to attempt to do the same thing with their children, and eventually they're going to see that the money's going to dwindle down eventually, right? So they actually have to learn skills. So just keep that in mind. Be happy in your present, but my point is that you have to gain skills where you're at, right? So be thankful for where you are, because even if the situation doesn't seem good, a lot of times the skills that you're developing and that you're learning are what's going to propel you forward. Those skills are going to be what allows you to do well in the future. So if you just keep thinking about the future, I'll be happy in the future, I'll be happy when I get this, I'll be happy when I get this car, I'll be happy when I get this apartment or home, I'll be happy when I get this husband or wife. I'll be happy when I have this number of children. I'll be happy when this. That happiness is never going to come. You have to be happy where you're at and be thankful for where you're at. Be thankful for what God is doing in your life right now and honor that and learn all you can. Develop skills, develop character. A lot of times hard situations, according to the Bible, are to build your character. Your character will not grow if you don't get to go through trials, if you don't get to go to difficult situations, to learn how to conduct yourself, to learn how to interact with people. You need to go through those hard situations so God can strengthen you. God can build your character. So be thankful for where you are right now, because that is going to be what allows you to become the you of the future. So, God wants to build you up. God wants you to be strong. He wants you to learn. He wants you to be thankful for your presence. So I just thought that was a beautiful quote, just reminding you that we're thinking about the future, but we have to remember that where we are right now is what we were praying for. So where we are right now is the future of our past. So at one point in time in the past, we were praying for what we have right now. We are praying for where we are right now. We are praying for God to give us these things. We are praying for God to change our life in this manner. And now that we have it, we can't complain. We have to thank the Lord for what He's done and thank Him for what He's going to continue to do. So keep those things in mind. I hope you have an amazing, blessed day. Let me know what you think down below. And let me know what type of content you'd like to hear from me. And have a wonderful day. Bye.